This video will be again of one of the classics, and let me tell you how classic. It's gonna be about this. It doesn't seem like a lot. It's maybe something that maybe some people know, but often it's confused with a few things. Now, this looks like your regular herb butter, and I'm gonna show you it to make it in two ways. But technically, this is not herb butter. This is actually their ancestor. This is one of the first one, and it's actually called Café de Paris beurre. I know, it's very French, it's very classic, it's ancient history. The history, I'm not going to talk about it. I was very confused when I looked into it myself. However, it is invented somewhere in Paris, and it has capers, paprika powder, shallot, garlic, of course, white wine, absolutely, butter, no doubt about it. And then it also has mustard, Worcester sauce, which is kind of a surprise to me for Frenchies to use it, and curry powder, which was even more confusing because I'm like, if it's old and classic, how did they have it? Now, it was invented somewhere in 1800s or so I'm not even gonna doubt about it that the Frenchies were all over the globe already by that point. India was a thing, so I just roll with it. And besides that, they use parsley, chives, of course, even more, and tarragon. Now, I try to keep them alive, and it's going so. However, why now? Because it is springtime, and it's all the more reason to start using fresh herbs and make something like this. And like I said, I'm gonna make it in two ways. One is the old way, that you have it as a warm sauce, more as not as a hollandaise, but you can see it like that. So like a butter sauce, like a white wine butter sauce. And the other one is, like I showed you now a few times, is like just a butter so that you can spread it on bread with some cheese, or like use for grilled cheese, like spread it on there. Or if you want to fry some chicken in it, I used it with asparagus, like boiled some asparagus and then slightly roast them up with that, which is fucking delicious, which is really freaking delicious. Or you fry some potatoes in it, or your chicken, or something like that, and I can say it is wonderful. The capers are a thing. They make it salty without adding any salt. I didn't add any salt to it, which is marvelous. But I will stop my rant now. It's time to show you how it's been made. Now, like I said, I'm going to make it in two ways. So I will start off making it for the cold one. And that is purely because so it can cool down. Once it cooled, it's pretty easy. But what you do is you first slice shallot, and I slice that shallot super fine. Why? So that you don't have big chunks of shallots or onions inside it. It cooks nicely. It makes it a little bit softer. It goes easier through the butter after. So you slice those, slice your garlic, and then you add it in a little small saucepan with some oil, a little bit of pepper for some flavor. You make sure that then the capers and everything is ready. So you fry the shallots until it's slightly fried, like this glass looking shallots. Then you add your capers, then you add your mustard, your paprika powder. You can add your mustard. You can add your mustard right away. I added it later. You add your white wine. Then you reduce everything. Let it cool down. Put it in a small container. Let it cool down. Once it's cooled down, you will, what I did is I chopped all my herbs and mixed it through so that they stayed greener, more fresh, otherwise they decolor a bit. And I just leave it be until it's cooled down, leave it in the fridge or like look at it later. So it's a small thing that you can do in between and you have big benefits from it later on. And before I forget, if you enjoyed this video or if you like this topic, please leave a like or subscribe. Like a comment. I am trying at least to reach a goal of 1,000 subscribers, or at least gain a little bit more over time. And if you want to see a particular topic, leave a comment down below. I will look into it and I will try to make it. If you have an issue, feel free to ask. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will try to cover more of these topics, especially with some beautiful fresh herbs. Now that the season is totally up and coming, why not utilize it more? Time for part 2, the warm version. Now the warm version is going to be a little bit different. You still chop your garlic, all the things as you should. So chop everything beforehand. Keep your capers, have them drained already, keep them on standby. And basically once that is done, you can almost finish it within 10 minutes. The hardest part is basically just chopping the onion and garlic and the herbs small enough, in my opinion. That takes the most time. And what you're gonna do, you fry again the shallots and everything nicely until it's glazed, glassy. Then you add your garlic, your paprika powder. Then you add your mustard, and then you can add your butter. Now you can add it all in once or just small pieces at a time, because the butter will melt, of course, which if it's too hot, or like if the butter is hot enough, it will make it back to its original form. So basically what you can do is just take off, first you throw in a little bit, then you stir it through it. Then, since the mustard is there, it keeps it a little bit tight together as well. Turn off the heat and then add the rest, because it stays warm, and then the rest of the butter will just melt and it will make it back whole as a normal butter. At that point, when it's like a little bit warm, you can, for safety measures, add a little bit of cream. A little bit of cream might help in this case. Like if you make the warm sauce, a little bit of cream might do the trick. I did it and it won't split. It's freaking amazing. It makes it more stable. It's like a replacement of water. You can add water, but because the cream has some fat in it, it sticks together better. Especially with the white wine, otherwise it would be a little bit watery. Then what you can do is, once that is done and it's still a bit warm but not really hot, you throw in all the herbs, you stir a few times, and you're done. Like, that's it. It's really that simple. Once that is done, of course you can continue with the rest. Like you can fry your chicken, you can roast your potatoes, you can cook your asparagus. Like basically this sauce won't be hard because you add a decent amount of white wine in it and cream, so it won't be as solid as when the butter started. However, it might be getting a little bit thick, so if you warm it up, it might, if you think it's too thick, you warm it up a little bit, the sauce will run out again and it will become liquid enough that you can grab a scoop and put it over your chicken or through your asparagus or roasted potatoes or something like that. Like I said, it's super easy and it's super delicious. And if you want to impress people, for example with barbecue season is up and coming, you can use this so well. I've been eating it for the last few days on my bread. Like, it's on my kitchen counter, the cold version, and I'm just putting it on bread and some cold cuts, and that's more than enough for me.
I go to Oulu on Friday, and I'm actually starting their summer vacation.
Oh, nice.
We have 3 weeks now.
Oh, nice.
And then I guess they have 1 week then in August.
Now, I explained the hot one. Now let me explain the cold one. The cold one is actually the one that I put on bread. But the warm one, when I had some leftover, I put it on the bread as well. And when I had leftovers, like extra chicken or stuff, I just put the chicken in my little container and I poured the sauce over it. And it was so good. The cold one, it's actually a lot easier, especially I assume to go by a wild gamble here. You know how to make herb butter. Like you put it in a bowl, you whisk it until it's turning a little bit white, and then so it got some air. I use my KitchenAid for it because I was a little bit lazy. Then you basically just add it in and keep whisking it until everything is added. Now you can do another trick, and you will see what I'm doing. And you can actually add also a little bit of oil to it. And I understand this sounds really weird, adding only butter, but it makes the butter not as hard. Because the butter doesn't get hard in room temperature or in the fridge. It means that the butter will be spreadable. See it more as a margarine instead of an like solid cream butter or solid butter, which in my case is actually really ideal because I can just grab it and spread it over bread and it's done. Like you can grab, let's say if you forgot it to take it out of the fridge, it will be easier to grab as well. You can put it on the tray with some chicken for on the barbecue, and then slowly put it on there, and all the everything will be absorbed and will slowly roast as well without burning the butter too much. It's a small trick. Don't add too much. Butter can add up until roughly 10% oil. So you just whisk and just pour it a little bit, add a little bit of butter while mixing it through. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.